afternoon and welcome to another stream. So today we're gonna see what I've been doing since last time. We're gonna and maybe do a little bit of stuff on stream, but I don't know. On the other hand, it's pretty. What I've been doing lately is it's a little bit kind of like frustrating stuff, or it's a lot of like googling around and stuff like that. But maybe I start with some changes to the user or this like main crafting that I have here. Like I think since last time I've added this possibility to go negative, so I think I should and I'm thinking of adding this kind of markings that we would have here above 0. We would have kind of costs, and then like the kind of like positive emissions, and then below 0 we would have the gains, like the basically like monetary gains. So, and that would be the carbon dividend, and for some cases if you have very low emissions, you would get these kind of like net gains instead of, so you would benefit like monetary from the system, like in money terms. This could happen early on as well, and this brings a little bit of trickiness with the scales again, or adds even more complexity to the scale system. Like some of these blue values now, they can go like very low. If we set this one very low here, well, okay, this is basically like maybe the maximum it goes now, but I've made it a little bit easier already by putting this kind of like this carbon costs stuff kind of like that. It's not like the biggest scale anymore, and for some reason I don't have here. I think I've been playing around here with some of the stuff, so I don't have the scale for the. Let's see where we have those. It should be around here actually, but we are not seeing any of those. I placed it somewhere. Okay, it's here, like this. Why isn't this showing now? Like, is it too high for some reason? Might be that this is putting it too high, but if we add it, it might be if we add here. No, and if I remove this stuff, okay, now there's some issue here. Now it's showing like that because I have yeah, it has to do with this, like if I put here a specific country or emissions for a specific country, that because it uses that as part of the scale as well. I'll figure that out later. It's not like also this is like super annoying that if you choose here some countries and you want to remove some of the countries, you cannot just click them. You have to like if you press backspace here after you select it, like that does the trick, but I would really want it to be so that when you click the name here, it would remove it. Like, why wouldn't it do that? Like, it's, I don't know if this is like made to be so bad, or if it's just like buggy for me for some reason. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, and then I have this. Yeah, this is very much like in progress, but some kind of table is gonna be here below, and but yeah, that's not really working yet. But yeah, what I've been having as plan for a long time now is that like these, to make it so like automated that like when the user first starts using the app, all all of the plots here and all of the scales here are not visible because this is such like overwhelming looking graph as it is. So for example, like this would be when the user starts, they would only have this carbon budgeting open, and you would only see all of the orange stuff here, so the orange plots and the orange scale. So you wouldn't have anything here on the right hand side. You wouldn't have the like the other color plots than the emission plots. So I think that would and then when you open this, it would open the carbon tax, or which it would show up the carbon tax plot and the carbon tax scale, and maybe also the carbon dividend. So it would also maybe have to show the blue scale, and then when you click this, it would bring up these red plots. And so I've been looking like how to implement this, that it would show those plots that are gonna. So let's see, I've been playing around here. So what's been frustrating and what's it's still gonna be frustrating in the future is that like the Shiny is built on top of JavaScript, and I don't have any familiarity really with JavaScript. So so I've been just trying to Google like something and try to get some enough understanding that I could make some own modifications, and I think I might have got enough of this working. So you have here, like this is kind of like this text part here, it takes dependency on whether or not this accordion is open, and that's kind of like the functionality that I want in my thing. So so it sets this, there's gonna be this input alert, an input called alert, and it's gonna get value 0 if this is collapsed, and if this is not collapsed, or so it's kind of like open, it's gonna take value this ID. But I could also put here maybe like 1. So now it gets 1 or 0. So and now I could use those 1 and 0, I could use them as inputs here to show when these are kind of like make this kind of if statement here, that if the input is 1, then these are shown, and if the input is 0, then these are not shown. So that's the kind of thing that I'm want to have next, I think. So the other thing that I've been this is also, I think, I don't know if there was JavaScript here, maybe not really. Oh, I think the table thing is this table format somehow might be a little bit, I'm not sure, but I want to have another like also like this kind of free possibility control what is shown in the graph. So like I talked about this, that when the selection box is open, then the graph would show, and that would be like according to this automatic. So these automatics, they would be kind of like shown by default, and but you could also have like manual control here. I don't know, you might have to click. Yeah, it's not really, I haven't gone too far with this, but there's this kind of thing that it's still like yeah, this is still like very much work in progress. But what I like about this is that there's this very nice table format here for the checkboxes. Like the checkbox inputs in Shiny, they're not really designed to be put in this kind of matrix format, or like I think like I think this is, I think there might be some I think this might be like some kind of like I'm not sure if these are like some kind of like JavaScript. Yeah, I have the impression that these are maybe some kind of like JavaScript like visual guides. So these basically they make this table in this kind of format. Where did it go? Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, this is still like very. I'm not gonna. But I think we could try to export this one to our current code and try to make it work. So what we want to do is so this I think I can put this basically anywhere, or it has to be inside the UI. And yeah, let's try to play around with this. So let's get here into the UI. So here, and I think it was inside the body. I'm not sure if this really matters, like if it's inside the body or not, but I'm gonna put it here. And it's not visible or anything, so it's so yeah, and so we should basically, I think we should go play around first with this accordion tree, because it only has one. Basically, it's much simple to play around with that one. So what I'm thinking is that if it could be so simple that like this thing might be like relatively simple, but I think like I'm like starting to think that it's like a very complex system, because there's lots of stuff affecting other stuff, or it's not obvious always, like if something is open, like what do I want to have shown on the screen. Like it's not really like yeah. Okay, here we have the plot one. Okay, like here they use kind of like if statement, so I basically want to have like similar to this. So we make another instance of this here, and we have we're gonna have if, so we have input alert nice. So we can have if input alert is 1, then we have plot is plot 1. Oops, I'm doing this. It doesn't matter. So if we take all of this tag stuff out from here, so none of this would. Okay, actually I'm gonna gray it out as well. So plot 1 is plot plus, and then we just put these lines there. close that one, and argument is of length 0. Yeah, I don't know, I have no idea. Input alert. As numeric. Okay, what if we take out this one for now? So let's try to figure out where we have the problem. Okay. So what if we click here? It basically does something, but for some reason this is not really. So do we have any differences to this one? Input alert. Plot 1 is plot 1 plus. Yeah, what was the error? So if we click here, okay, I think it works. Yeah, we just have, I think we just have to put if it could be if we just put here like else, so plot 1 is plot 1. Let's try this. Okay, this is wrong place actually. Okay. No. It's also okay. Okay, this is weird. Like initially, it works like it doesn't work initially, but it works like if I just close it, then it takes out those stuff. There's also the line. Where do we have this tax line? So it's price. Okay, here I'm gonna put it next to these guys, like that. Okay, yeah, I think this really just makes it. So yeah, first there's like a argument is of length 0, so we would have to, yeah, now it works as it should basically. So we would have to have some kind of initial value to this system. Yeah, I'm gonna looking into it here. So here, maybe this one. So let's try this. So oh, actually the render plot function, I think it's all the way down here. So if we put here rec input alert, let's see if this is okay, not showing. So here we add rec input alert. No, non-missing arguments returning minus infinity. Okay, this might be different. Sanofi. Yeah, it just doesn't print it at all. So can we set like somehow some kind of initial value? And where would we have to set the initial value? I wonder if it should be in here somehow. I think this can maybe be like if it's if we have this one here and these are if these are like inputs, then they would have some initial values and yeah, I wonder if this has to be if it would be easier to incorporate this at the same time as I'm doing this yeah, it's gonna be then like this. Output my table. I don't know if I want to go into this into stream like it's a like I think here it's not very trivial like what do you call as input. So here they have like inputs input and then like cells that are selected and it's basically updating them all at the same time, but now I kind of like want to figure out like how to pick from here those various cells. So I wonder, it might be, can you do it with this type of thing or not? So I'm not sure. And this would also have to be somehow translated to ones and zeros, maybe these values, but I don't think that's maybe not a big hassle. Like if you just have or then I just use these. Actually, if I just use these OK and NA instead of the ones and zeros, so that's another way. But I think this might be a bit too complex right now, so I might do it off stream. Yeah, one thing also that I added that was in this this table looks a little different than before because I'm using this DT package, kind of like data table package. It's not the kind of like data table in kind of normal R sense, but some benefits is that you might not see it very well, but you can download the data table, you can copy the data table, have a CSV, Excel, PDF, or print the data table. So that's pretty cool. So you can basically like you can take out your results if you want to share them like that. There, I think I'm gonna add also a kind of like share button here so that you can, and that would work so that you can it creates the link for, so that it shows your selections, the link kind of like that you can share like what's your idea of how the words gonna turn out, or how it should turn out. Yeah, but yeah, this is also good for that, if you, because some people will want to read this more like in a kind of like Excel format rather than as a graph. But I'm a little bit like wary of can I just have on the Excel like the values from the from like this global carbon project or World Bank, like if I use like population data or whatever. So can I, is it okay for me to basically just have like, okay, here's the data from the I think there's a bit of difference there, like if you're visualizing something or if you're just like providing their data through like your service. And I think it might be a little bit like icky, and you don't usually, like if you see, like if you go to like our Berlin data or something, I don't know if there's like an option to, for each graph, to get an Excel of what's the get an Excel of the values, if because the values are always from some external source. And yeah, I'm not, yeah, I'll just have to figure that one out. So what's a little bit maybe annoying is that I'm wondering, okay, yeah, they have been updated here, but I'm just wondering, like if I go here, will it, yeah, it updates back so a little bit. Yeah. Okay, this makes the graph also a little bit slower now, because the graph is being drawn every time the user decides to have more stuff open. So I think that's a little bit annoying. That's gonna be annoying for some people. That's like even more reason to figure out how to So one feedback that I got is that it would be nice if these labels would be kind of on the same level as this line here, and that's like a good advice. So it would be maybe easier to make the connection between them, but then it's a little bit tricky. Like right now it's you can make the connection easier to these numbers or the scale numbers, so I'm not really sure like what's the best thing to do there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look at this off stream now, I think. And there's really, I think this kind of like whole thing of getting this, like giving the user the choice of what to show in the graph. I think it's one of the kind of biggest obstacles or kind of like biggest things that I have to do. So I'm not sure if I want to focus too much on other stuff while I'm doing it. So like because then there's always like if there's this one big issue that you have to, this one big hurdle, then if you do some other stuff, and it might be that the other stuff is kind of like dependent on how you do the big stuff, or you have to then like modify on how you do the other stuff. So so yeah, I kind of want to maybe focus on this, getting this done now, because it's also that it might if it's like if it gets too heavy or something, because like here you just like this opening and closing this, it kind of like it brings again here like a little bit of lag here. So if this thing all like, because it's gonna be so complex in the end, so so if so if it doesn't work, and because of its complexity, if it gets too heavy, then I will have to figure out other ways to display the information on the kind of like screen other than how it is now. So, and that would kind of like demand like massive changes to the current presentation, and if I go on the path of the current presentation and making like changes based on that, those changes could then be for nothing, or they could be kind of useless. Or so I think I want to get this big picture stuff done before going there. Maybe I'll just take a little bit more look here, like I'm a little bit like how do I get, like there's the in table data, input my table, like my table is the input here in some sense. But it's also an output, so that's a bit annoying. So and it's always with this like cell selected, input my table cell selected, and it's never, it's also maybe I'll try if like what's wrong here? Okay. Yeah, this is old one. So let's try to get like this input my table but I'm not sure even after that if like here like this can get it out, but I'm not sure about this one. So yeah, I think this one is showing the net emissions show, yeah, it's here, but this one, I'm gonna try to put it here, so input my table. Yeah, I don't think it's not showing it, like it's, again, it doesn't work like this. Like these are, like what's the input here? Like it's this cells that are selected, but can you access some other cells, and how do you access them? Like with this kind of like table, it works like this, but it might be that this is it's not it doesn't seem to work with this just input. Cells. Because if I got this to work, then I could also set some kind of default values for those cells like beforehand, and then I would have I could probably have like so that the crafting would work from the initialization. Let's try this. Where do we have it here? Input data, and then we have cells. And we have like one. Now we're not seeing anything. Oh, we put it in the wrong place also. Did we? What just happened here? Yeah. It's only showing the first one. Let's just try it like all the, like does this, yeah, it's not doing anything. But if we have it like it is there, like will this kind of like print out like what cells are selected? No, it's not. This doesn't, it just doesn't work like this, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna continue this later. It's like, I don't know, only a few rows of this JavaScripting, and I think this is probably like another of those cases where you need to use it, and it's a bit heavy.